Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, today we're going to address a crucial subject in our modern world, that of wealth and financial independence, in light of the teachings of Islam. It's important to understand that Islam doesn't demonize wealth. On the contrary, Islam encourages work, effort, and entrepreneurship, as they are noble means of sustenance and contribution to the well-being of the community. However, Islam emphasizes the importance of ethics and morals in all aspects of life, including the economic sphere. Wealth, acquired and used lawfully and responsibly, can be a blessing. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "There is no better earning than that which a man earns by his own hands." This hadith highlights the value of honest work and personal effort in Islam. Work is not merely a means of sustenance, it's also a form of worship when we perform it with sincerity and excellence. Islam encourages the pursuit of knowledge and the development of skills to contribute positively to society. By working hard, being productive, and seeking excellence in what we do, we follow the teachings of Islam and draw closer to Allah. Idleness and excessive dependence on others are discouraged in Islam, as they can lead to injustice and moral decline. By valuing work and effort, Islam teaches us dignity, responsibility, and the importance of contributing to the common good. Islam places great importance on social and economic justice. Allah says in the Quran, "O you who believe, be strict in your dealings with others and be just." Surah 4, verse 135. Justice is a fundamental principle of Islam, and this also applies to how we earn, spend, and manage our money. Exploitation, oppression, and illicit enrichment are strictly forbidden in Islam. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "He who deceives people in their transactions is not one of us." Muslims are encouraged to be honest in their business dealings, to respect contracts, and to avoid any form of deception or injustice. Islam calls for an economy based on cooperation, sharing, and respect for the rights of all. Riba, meaning usurious interest, is strictly prohibited in Islam. Allah says in the Quran, "Those who consume riba cannot stand on the day of resurrection, except as one stands who is being beaten by Satan into insanity. That is because they say, 'Trade is just like riba.' But Allah has permitted trade and has forbidden riba." Surah 2, verse 275. Interest is considered a form of exploitation that benefits the rich at the expense of the poor and creates economic inequalities. Instead of riba, Islam encourages ethical forms of financing based on profit and loss sharing, such as moudaraba and mouharaka. These systems encourage cooperation, solidarity, and a fairer distribution of wealth. The prohibition of riba aims to create a more just and equitable society where individuals are not exploited by debt. Zakat, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, is a mandatory tax on wealth that is redistributed to the most needy. Allah says in the Quran, "Take, O Muhammad, from their wealth a charity by which you purify them and cause them increase in good." Surah 9, verse 103. Zakat purifies wealth, reduces inequalities, and creates a sense of solidarity within the Muslim community. In addition to zakat, Islam also encourages sadaqa, voluntary charity. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The best of people are those who are most beneficial to others." Giving to those in need, whether through zakat, sadaqa, or other forms of charity, is an act of worship that brings us closer to Allah and brings us many blessings. Zakat and sadaqa are concrete ways to put into practice the values of compassion, generosity, and social justice taught by Islam. Islam encourages entrepreneurship and the creation of wealth, provided that it is done ethically and responsibly. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Allah loves the believer who has a trade." Muslim entrepreneurs have a responsibility to ensure that their businesses comply with Islamic principles. This means avoiding any unlawful activity, haram, treating employees fairly, offering quality products and services, and being honest in business transactions. Ethical entrepreneurship is a way to contribute to economic development while respecting the moral and social values of Islam. Islam encourages the pursuit of financial independence, but it also warns against the excessive love of money and materialism. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Be content with what Allah has provided you, and you will be among the richest of people." Contentment, qana'a, is an essential quality in Islam. It means being grateful to Allah for His blessings and not being constantly preoccupied with accumulating material wealth. Moderation in our spending and lifestyle is encouraged, while wastefulness and extravagance are discouraged. Islam teaches us that true wealth lies in piety, contentment, and closeness to Allah. Islamic finance offers an ethical alternative to conventional financial systems. It is based on the Islamic principles of the prohibition of interest, riba, profit and loss sharing, and investment in lawful and ethical activities. Islamic financial instruments, such as moudaraba, profit sharing, mouharaka, partnership, and sukuk, Islamic bonds, aim to promote justice, fairness, and social responsibility. Islamic finance is gaining popularity worldwide, offering Muslims and non-Muslims financial solutions that align with their ethical values. By investing in Islamic finance, we can support a fairer and more equitable economic system. Dear brothers and sisters, Islam offers us a holistic view of wealth and financial independence. It is not just about accumulating material possessions, but about living a balanced and ethical life, in accordance with divine principles. By following the teachings of Islam, working hard, spending wisely, and sharing generously, we can achieve material and spiritual well-being while contributing to the well-being of society. May Allah guide us to the straight path and grant us success in this world and the hereafter. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.